Did you know that 99% of deaths after the age of 75 are attributed to just a few causes? Many people believe that passing away at an advanced age is simply natural, but the truth is, most fatalities stem from preventable risks that are often overlooked until it's too late. The issue is, by the time most individuals become aware of these risks, their health has already deteriorated and their options are limited. However, if you understand these dangers now, you can take proactive steps to protect yourself and extend your life in ways you never imagined. In this video, we'll delve into the 5 leading causes of death after 75, the ones responsible for nearly all fatalities in this age group. Some of these causes may seem evident, while others may surprise you. But one thing is certain, knowing them is the first step towards preventing them. These statistics don't represent mere numbers. They represent real lives, real families, and real choices that could make the difference between struggling with health issues or living a long, fulfilling life. Stay tuned until the end, because these 5 causes are not inevitable. In fact, by making small but significant changes, many individuals have significantly reduced their risks, maintained their independence for longer periods, and added years, sometimes even decades, to their lives. The decisions you make today can significantly impact your strength, activity level, and independence in the years ahead. Let's begin. Number 1. Heart disease. Heart disease continues to be the leading cause of death for individuals over 75, yet many remain unaware of the extent of their control over it. The heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it either remains strong with proper care or weakens over time due to neglect. The problem is, you often don't feel the warning signs until the damage is already done. Many people assume that slowing down, feeling tired, or experiencing shortness of breath easily is simply a part of aging. However, in reality, these symptoms can indicate that your heart isn't as strong as it used to be, and it's something worth paying close attention to. One of the primary contributors to heart disease is high blood pressure. Over time, it exerts an immense strain on your arteries, forcing your heart to exert more effort than necessary. The challenging aspect is that you don't experience any noticeable symptoms or pain. There's no indication to take action until a heart attack or stroke compels you to do so. This is why numerous individuals over the age of 75 suddenly find themselves hospitalized, bewildered by their sudden condition, as they had felt well just a few days prior. Another significant factor is poor diet. Decades of consuming processed foods, excessive salt, and unhealthy fats gradually accumulate, clogging arteries and impairing circulation. Interestingly, this isn't solely about avoiding detrimental foods, it's also about consuming the appropriate ones. Your heart requires fuel to remain robust, and if your meals lack heart-healthy nutrients, the damage occurs more rapidly than you may realize. Furthermore, there's a lack of physical activity. The heart isn't designed to remain stationary throughout the day. When you cease movement, your circulation slows, your muscles weaken, and your heart doesn't receive the necessary exercise to maintain its strength. You don't necessarily need to engage in marathon running. Any form of physical activity, such as walking, stretching, or even simple chair exercises, effectively keeps your heart pumping efficiently and significantly reduces your risk of heart disease. The most common misconception people make is that heart disease is an inevitable fate. They hear about relatives who have suffered heart attacks or assume it's a natural consequence of aging. However, the truth is that small, consistent choices accumulate. The food you consume, the manner in which you move, and the stress you manage all play a role in determining whether your heart remains strong or begins to decline. If you take one thing away from this, it's that you possess greater control over your heart health than you may believe. The choices you make today can significantly impact the strength of your heart over the years ahead. And the most opportune time to begin safeguarding it is now. Injuries are the second major contributor to heart disease. Falls, often overlooked after the age of 75, pose a significant and potentially life-threatening risk. They occur abruptly, triggered by a single misstep, moment of dizziness or slippery surface. A seemingly minor injury like a fractured hip, head trauma, or bruise can quickly escalate into a serious life-threatening event. The alarming truth is that many seniors remain unaware of their vulnerability until it's too late. Shockingly, falls are one of the leading causes of injury-related deaths among seniors. They account for millions of emergency room visits annually. For many, a single fall leads to a decline that may never be fully recovered from. A hip fracture can result in months of bed rest, loss of independence, and increased susceptibility to infections and complications. Despite their prevalence, many individuals fail to take fall prevention seriously until they or someone they care about experiences a fall firsthand. The underlying issue is that as we age, our sense of balance, muscle strength, and reaction time gradually decline. However, this gradual deterioration often goes unnoticed. You may feel perfectly fine while walking around your home and performing daily routines. But one day, you may reach for something, lose your balance, and gravity takes control. The body's recovery capabilities have diminished, making it harder to bounce back. What was once a minor stumble can now lead to devastating injuries. Moreover, fear of falling exacerbates the problem. Many seniors, after a close call, avoid movement altogether. They stop going for walks, avoid stairs, and limit their activities due to apprehension. However, the less you move, the weaker your muscles become, creating a vicious cycle that can quickly rob you of your independence. On a positive note, falls are not an inevitable fate. There are simple yet effective strategies to significantly reduce your risk. Strengthening your legs and core, improving balance, and making minor adjustments in your home, such as better lighting, slip-proof rugs, and sturdy handrails, can significantly reduce the risk of falls and injuries. Another often overlooked factor is medication side effects. Many prescriptions can cause dizziness, drowsiness, or changes in blood pressure, increasing the likelihood of falls. If you've ever felt lightheaded after standing up quickly, it's a sign that something needs to be adjusted. Discussing your medications with your doctor, ensuring they're not causing harm, and being mindful of their impact on your balance can save your life. Falling isn't just about tripping over something, it's about maintaining strength, stability, and awareness of potential hazards. After 75, a single fall can have profound consequences. Taking proactive precautions today can lead to years of continued mobility, independence, and a significantly improved quality of life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment on the second video below to let me know you're engaged. Additionally, if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend subscribing and turning on the bell notifications to avoid missing any future videos. Your support helps us continue creating informative and inspiring content. Now, let's move on to the third topic, respiratory diseases. Breathing is something we take for granted until it becomes challenging. As we age, our lungs' efficiency declines, and even minor respiratory issues can escalate rapidly. What starts as a simple cough or shortness of breath can progress to chronic conditions, infections, and even hospitalization. After 75, respiratory diseases emerge as one of the leading causes of death, not because they're inevitable, but because they're often neglected until it's too late. One of the most significant risks is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, which encompasses emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Over time, the airways become inflamed, making breathing increasingly difficult. Many seniors dismiss symptoms like frequent coughing, wheezing, or shortness of breath as normal aging-related issues. However, these signs indicate lung distress and require attention. Pneumonia, often mistaken for another infection, poses a significant risk to older adults. Initially resembling a cold or mild chest infection, congestion can rapidly escalate into a life-threatening condition due to the weakened immune system associated with aging. Post-75 hospitalizations often stem from pneumonia, and in many cases, the infection leads to a rapid decline in health, with some never fully recovering. Another critical risk factor is poor air quality. Years of exposure to dust, pollution, and secondhand smoke take a toll on the lungs. Even within homes, factors like mold, pet dander, and indoor pollutants can exacerbate breathing issues without awareness. Moreover, for individuals with conditions like asthma or COPD, these irritants intensify symptoms. To protect your lungs, making small adjustments is crucial. Improving indoor air quality, using air purifiers, and avoiding smoke exposure can significantly safeguard your lungs. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to maintain lung strength is through regular exercise. Many individuals are unaware that the lungs, like any other body part, require physical activity for optimal functioning. During exercise, the lungs expand fully, promoting health and clearing mucus buildup. However, prolonged sitting reduces lung activity, making individuals more susceptible to infections and impairing lung function over time. Even light activities like walking or stretching can contribute to lung strength and longevity. Another vital factor is vaccination. Many seniors underestimate the significance of vaccines in preventing pneumonia, flu, and other respiratory illnesses. These simple precautions can dramatically reduce the risk of severe infections. It's not just about avoiding a bad cold, it's about preventing complications that could land you in the hospital or even worse. A simple step like staying up to date on vaccines can make the difference between a mild illness and a serious health crisis. Breathing should never feel like a struggle, but for many people over 75, it does. This isn't because they have to, but because they don't take action early enough. Your lungs are with you every second of your life, working tirelessly to keep you alive, caring for them, strengthening them, and protecting them. From infection is one of the most powerful ways to extend both your health and independence. Number 4 is stroke. A stroke occurs suddenly and without warning, and in an instant, life can change forever. It's one of the leading causes of death after 75, yet many people are unaware of the numerous early warning signs and risk factors that they have control over. The problem is that a stroke doesn't always give you a second chance. Once it happens, the damage is often irreversible. However, here's what most people don't know. Up to 80% of strokes can be prevented. That means the choices you make today could determine whether you remain independent or suffer from a life-altering event. A stroke happens when blood flow to the brain is suddenly blocked or a blood vessel bursts. Within minutes, brain cells begin to die. The longer the brain is deprived of oxygen, the greater the damage. Some strokes are minor, causing only temporary confusion or slight weakness, while others leave people paralyzed, unable to speak, or completely dependent on others. Tragically, in far too many cases, a stroke is fatal. One of the biggest risk factors is high blood pressure. Over time, excessive pressure on the arteries weakens them, making them more prone to rupture or blockage. Just like with heart disease, high blood pressure often has no symptoms. This is why so many people remain completely unaware of their risk until a stroke suddenly strikes. Another significant cause: irregular heart rhythms, such as atrial fibrillation, AFib, are common among seniors, often going unnoticed. These irregularities can lead to blood pooling and clot formation, potentially causing a stroke if a clot travels to the brain. Fortunately, early detection through a simple medical checkup can significantly lower the risk of stroke. Diet and lifestyle also play crucial roles. Excessive consumption of processed foods, high salt intake, and unhealthy fats increases the likelihood of strokes. Conversely, a sedentary lifestyle can cause blood to thicken and circulation to slow. To reduce stroke risk, maintaining an active lifestyle, eating nutrient-rich foods, and controlling blood pressure are essential. Small changes, such as incorporating leafy greens into your diet, reducing sodium consumption, and increasing water intake, can have a substantial impact. One often overlooked aspect is transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, also known as mini-strokes. These are brief, temporary strokes that last only a few minutes, with symptoms often disappearing within an hour. Many people dismiss them as temporary dizziness or fatigue, but the truth is, a TIA serves as a warning sign of a potential major stroke. If you or someone you know experiences sudden slurred speech, numbness on one side of the body, blurred vision, or confusion, even if the symptoms subside, it's crucial not to ignore them. Seek immediate medical attention to prevent a stroke and its devastating consequences. Remember, you have the power to reduce your stroke risk. Regular blood pressure checks, a heart-healthy diet, staying active, and recognizing early warning signs can help you maintain independence and avoid the life-altering effects of a stroke. The earlier you take action, the greater your chances of protection. If you found these insights valuable, please take a moment to comment on the fourth video below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend subscribing and turning on the bell to stay updated on our videos. Your support is crucial in helping us continue creating valuable content that informs and inspires you. Now, let's delve into the fifth topic, cognitive decline and its related complications. One of the most disheartening realities of aging is the gradual loss of memory, reasoning, and independence. Cognitive decline doesn't occur overnight. It creeps in slowly, manifesting in subtle changes that are initially easy to overlook. However, as the years pass, these minor lapses accumulate and become more significant. The ability to manage daily tasks, recognize familiar faces, and make sound decisions gradually diminishes. For many individuals, this decline isn't merely an inconvenience, but can become life-threatening. Dementia and Alzheimer's disease don't merely affect the mind, they pose a significant risk to the entire body. As cognitive function declines, so does the capacity to care for one's own health. Simple tasks like remembering to take medications, eating balanced meals, or recognizing symptoms of illness become increasingly challenging. Many seniors with dementia forget to drink enough water, leading to severe dehydration. Others may overeat or undereat, resulting in nutritional deficiencies or weight gain that increases their susceptibility to other serious conditions. One of the most perilous consequences of cognitive decline is the risk of accidents. Forgetting to turn off the stove, leaving the door unlocked at night, or wandering outside in unsafe conditions all become hazardous as the decline progresses. These risks can lead to tragic outcomes, such as losing independence. Seniors may no longer be able to live safely and independently, and their health deteriorates rapidly. The most alarming aspect is that many individuals are unaware of their cognitive decline until it has already progressed. Early signs, such as forgetting names, struggling to follow conversations, or misplacing important items, are often dismissed as simply being a part of aging. But in reality, these subtle warning signs are your brain's way of signaling a change. The sooner you take action, the better your chances of slowing the progression and maintaining a sharp, healthy mind for years to come. one of the most effective ways to safeguard your brain. Engaging in mental activity. Just as your body's muscles require exercise to remain strong, your brain needs stimulation to stay robust. Activities like reading, acquiring new skills, solving puzzles, or even having profound conversations keep your brain engaged and reduce the likelihood of cognitive decline. And here's a crucial aspect that many people overlook. Physical exercise is equally important for brain health as mental engagement. Movement enhances blood flow to the brain, which plays a vital role in protecting memory and cognitive function. Another key factor is social interaction. Isolation and loneliness can significantly accelerate mental decline. Regular conversations, socializing with friends, and staying involved in the community can literally enhance your brain's sharpness and longevity. The more you challenge your mind with novel experiences and meaningful interactions, the more resilient it becomes. Of course, diet plays a significant role. What you consume directly impacts brain health. Omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins found in foods like leafy greens, berries, and nuts help protect against cognitive decline. Conversely, excessive consumption of processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats contributes to inflammation in the brain, increasing the risk of dementia. A healthy brain begins with a healthy body, and the choices you make today can shape your cognitive abilities and overall functioning in the years ahead. Cognitive decline is not an inevitable consequence of aging. By taking the right steps now, maintaining mental and physical activity, staying socially connected, and making wise dietary choices, you can significantly reduce your risk. Your brain is akin to any other organ in your body. The more you care for it, the stronger it remains. Final thoughts. As we conclude this video, take a moment to reflect on all the information we've shared. Heart disease, respiratory issues, stroke, and cognitive decline are the leading causes of death after the age of 75. However, it's important to remember that these conditions are not inevitable. Most people don't realize the extent of their control over their health. By the time they become aware of the risks, it's often too late. The truth is, small, consistent choices made today can significantly improve your health and extend your life. No one wants to think about aging, but ignoring these risks doesn't make them disappear. The good news is that awareness empowers you. Knowing the signs, taking preventive steps, and prioritizing your health give you the freedom to live without fear of the future. Instead of focusing on limitations, you can focus on longevity, strength, and enjoying life to the fullest. Now, take a moment to reflect on your daily habits. Are there areas where you could make small improvements? Perhaps it's eating healthier, increasing your physical activity, scheduling regular checkups, or maintaining social and mental stimulation. Remember, you don't have to overhaul your lifestyle all at once. Even a single step in the right direction can pave the way for better health and a longer, more fulfilling life. At this stage of life, your well-being is your greatest asset. By protecting it, you can fully enjoy time with your loved ones. Maintain your independence and live without the burden of preventable health issues. Every day presents an opportunity to take care of yourself, and the choices you make today will shape your strength and capabilities in the years ahead. Thank you for joining us today. We value your feedback and would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to incorporate it into your life. Your thoughts are precious to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments provides us with immense motivation and encouragement. If you found this video helpful and informative, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content that inspires and educates you. Thank you for watching, and we eagerly anticipate seeing you in our next video.